Ivory Rose Gross Wild, a TikToker and self-proclaimed Dabayu local, has found herself at the center of a storm involving Christy and Gypsy. Ivory has been very vocal about being the only one with real sources from the Dabayu. She's adamant that any content creator claiming to have connections in the area is lying, because, according to her, she's the sole authority. But here's the kicker. Despite her bold claims, she has yet to present any receipts to back them up. Most of Ivory's TikTok page revolves around Gypsy Rose, alongside occasional tarot card readings. However, her frequent declarations about being the ultimate insider have raised eyebrows, especially since other creators who weigh in on these topics often provide solid receipts. For many, her constant reminders that she's from the Dabayu simply aren't enough to substantiate her statements. This isn't about hate or personal attacks, it's about questioning credibility. In an age where viewers expect proof, Ivory's lack of tangible evidence has left people wondering if her claims are more about clout than fact. As her feud with Christy and Gypsy continues, the question remains, can she back up her words, or will her credibility sink faster than quicksand in the bayou? Ivory Rose isn't just sipping the tea, she's pouring it all over the internet. After Christy brushed her off with a dismissive, "You're not from here, you don't know anything," Ivory decided to take the feud to another level. Determined to prove her credibility, she drove by the Blanchard family home. While she didn't share the address, everyone, including Christy, knew exactly what she was hinting at. But that wasn't enough for Ivory. Fueled by Christy's constant taunts and her earlier claim that no one has the guts to show up, Ivory decided to double down. She went public, calling out both Christy and Gypsy Rose for a confrontation in a McDonald's parking lot. And yes, this all happened while Gypsy was pregnant. The drama doesn't just expose the feud, but highlights how Christy knows how to push people's buttons. By exploiting the animosity toward Gypsy Rose and people's desperation for viral content, she's created a recipe for chaos. First off, calling out a pregnant woman for a fight? That's crossing the line. Bree and Gypsy, along with a cousin of Gypsy's, say they were ready to handle things with a little extra protection after Ivory allegedly drove by their house and challenged Gypsy to a fight. I mean, let's be real. If you're driving by someone's house and throwing hands at a pregnant woman, you've already put yourself in dangerous territory. Over what, though? A belief that she doesn't live nearby, or because she's being baited? Either way, it's uncalled for. The cousin didn't exactly threaten violence, but let's not forget that "I'll bring it" isn't exactly a friendly warning. Now, Ivory Rose takes to social media, crying about how she was threatened and fearing for her life. She even went after other content creators, accusing them of ignoring her story. At first, I was all in to share it, but after hearing how it all played out, I can't help but think she kinda set herself up. Why drive past this girl's house? Why provoke a fight? These are grown women. And at the end of the day, they're all making questionable choices. Things escalate even more when Bree and Gypsy decide to take a little drive-by action of their own. Ivory gets online again, sobbing about how they showed up at her job this time. She claims she even called the parole office, begging for help because no one seemed to care about her side. After all that drama, guess who showed up at Dee's book signing? Yes, she did. And trust, it's not what anyone expected. She claims she's there to support Dee, but what does she do? Go live, drop a moment of silence for Dee, and just stands there. No words, no action, just watching across the street, or maybe on the same side of the street. It's one of those, what's going on here? Moments. Now, let's pause and think about Gypsy for a sec. I'm not saying I'm Team Gypsy, trust me, I'm not. But let's be real for a moment. This girl, yeah, she drove past Gypsy's house, called her out for a fight, but now claims she's terrified of her, and there she is, standing outside in front of everyone. It's like, make it make sense, right? Fast forward to the next day, things take an unexpected turn. She claims she got pulled over for speeding, cops allegedly throw her husband out of the car, treating them like trash. And who does she blame for all of this? Chris and Gypsy, of course. Suddenly, she's convinced it's some kind of setup. Maybe from Lifetime. Who knows? Because of course, this drama is so wild it could be a movie, right? So what does she do next? Starts a GoFundMe for a whopping $20,000. Yep, she's asking for a lawyer. People are in shock, of course, demanding receipts. But instead of clearing things up, what does she do? She flips out, insists it's not about her husband, but that he was the one they were after. The story just keeps twisting. And then in true, "I don't want you to know my business, but I need your money" style, she tells everyone it's none of their business. But don't forget, she's still asking for $20,000. Classic move, right? And as if that wasn't enough, she casually drops that people have told her to get a lawyer before, for all the mess she's started. No case, no solid proof, but somehow the audacity to demand cash is sparking major drama.
I've made a decision on something that I've been thinking about, and I want to share it with y'all. So a lot of people have been saying you need to hire a lawyer. Yeah, I agree. It's getting to where now I feel like the police department is doing shit on behalf of her. I have filed multiple police reports. I talked to the parole supervisor in person. I've talked to the assistant DA. Production is involved in this shit. This was all why I said that they're turning the whole season around on content creators. Y'all remember? Yeah, that's where that came from, was from what was happening with me. But a lot of people, saying you need to hire a lawyer. Well, yeah, I agree. But let's be honest, money, it's Christmas time. I don't have any shame in saying if I hire a lawyer and I work 2 jobs. My husband is a disabled veteran. We have 3 kids. It's hard as it is. It's hard as it is. So, regarding the situation that I'm in, I decided to make a GoFundMe to help me hire a lawyer. A good lawyer here is the retainer's $10,000. I don't know if I should go outside of the 2 parishes. When you go towards NOLA, it gets way more than 10 grand retainer. So I set a GoFundMe to help hire me a lawyer for everything that's being done to me. If you don't know, I have a whole playlist called Proof. Go check it out. I have everything in there. I'm just so disheartened by all of this. It's just not right. I feel like this schmurderer who's on parole is getting more protection and leeway, and things are being done on her behalf because it's GRB. But yet the citizens of this parish and in the state aren't even being protected from a schmurderer on parole that is using her friends and family to harass creators. So they are really taking this out of hand. I don't feel comfortable in where I'm living anymore. I don't want to even live in this state anymore. I don't trust the public officials anymore. Due to all of this, like, what are you protecting? The revenue that she's bringing in? Because that's what it feels like. Because y'all are protecting a schmurderer on parole that is harassing a local, and y'all just turning a blind eye to it. Now I feel like I'm being set up by whatever they doing. I don't know. This some fucked up shit that's happening. I need some help. I made a GoFundMe. If you want to donate to it, thank you so much. Spread the word. I need y'all help.
Ivory Rose is at the center of a controversy that has people buzzing. And let's be real, the drama is only getting juicier. The whole situation started with a request for $20,000 that had fans immediately raising eyebrows. But when Ivory claimed her husband was parked down the street, things got even murkier. Seriously, if you're taking someone somewhere, are you really parking down the street? That's what's got people questioning whether there's more to the story than she's letting on. Some are even wondering if there's a bigger secret at play. And don't get me started on the whole prove it situation. Everyone's been asking for cop cam footage, receipts, anything to show what really happened. But instead of providing any real evidence, Ivory quickly took down her post and promised that everything would be refunded. But by then, it was too late. People were already calling fraud, accusing her of trying to scam them for holiday cash. Then there's Gypsy, who's somehow come out looking a bit more reasonable in all of this. Believe it or not, in this situation, Gypsy might actually be in the right. She didn't let Ivory's TikTok antics slide and called out what seemed to be an inappropriate stunt. But that's the thing. The whole mess could have been avoided if Ivory had just stuck to her content. Simple as that. At the end of the day, it seems like a case of don't start something you can't finish. Yes, Ivory might be dealing with backlash now, but honestly, this entire situation could have been handled better from the start. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Ivory went too far, or was everyone just looking for drama? Drop your comments below, make sure to like, and hit that subscribe button for more tea on the latest celebrity drama. Catch you later, guys!